How's it going, everybody? And welcome to the last bastion of sanity for this little corner of the internet, The Last Vox. My name is Matt, and how's it going, everyone? It's been a very interesting week. It's been a very fun week, but things have happened over the last couple days that, well, before I get into that, let's go ahead and let's say hello to you guys in the chat. We got a full house. We got a full house here. There's a lot of people waiting, so we will do this now. Apparently, Steve was here like 4 hours ago, so he technically, quote unquote, got first. How's it going, Steve? Zaw was here saying start sooner. Mitzi's here. How's it going, Mitzi? Wikipedia snippet. Nice to see you. Ray, nice to see you. Space Kissinger, how's it going? Sparky says you're not doing this shit, really. You're not really doing this shit, right? How's it going, Sparky? You know what? I'd love to get who I'm about to talk to on. If he wants to show up, that's fine. If not, I still have my normal show. Malik, how's it going? No, okay, so why there was this little let's start and then it started over is because I had the wrong stuff pulled up, basically. Let's see who else. Tom, how's it going, Tom? And if Tom is here, that means Siri's here. How's it going, Siri? Ishtar, hello, darling. Slacker, what's going on? And I think that's everybody. So let's get this started. It's been a very interesting week, I would think, for, well, pretty much the country, right? The country itself has started to shut down. I know here in Washington, we had the very first case of Corona-chan. I don't care if this gets demonetized because I say that name. YouTube is not going to censor me for this. I don't give a flying fuck. You know, don't monetize this. That's great. People still need information. And when most of the people that I know don't really trust mainstream media to tell them the truth, well, then I'm going to talk to them about it. So, way back when, Washington was actually the first state to get a case of COVID-19. How's it going, James? And unfortunately, we were also had a lot of things happen because of it lately. And it seems to be hitting the coast and moving, both coasts, east and west, and moving inward. And the Midwest is probably going to get hit, not last, but pretty close to last. I know for a fact that people are panicking, and I want to talk about this real quick because I don't fucking understand it, and anybody I've asked about it doesn't understand it either. What's with the toilet paper? Like, for real, what's with buying out stores full of toilet paper? Water, understand, okay? Water, I understand completely. Hand sanitizer, yes, I understand. But they're not buying out food. Well, they are now, but they weren't buying out food before. They weren't buying out junk food. They're buying out fucking toilet paper? No, over this Friday, I went shopping. Like, we were almost out of toilet paper, so we had to buy some. Our normal toilet paper is usually about $14 to $15. The toilet paper that we bought was $25, and no, the toilet paper was not made out of gold. But I don't understand. James says it's because people are full of crap. You're right in that, but I don't get the toilet paper thing. I really don't. If anybody could explain it to me logically, like for real, what people are buying the toilet paper for, I would love to know. Other than that, I can understand buying out food. I can understand buying out water. I can understand buying out hand sanitizer. I can understand buying logs, firewood, things like that. If you're going to be quarantined and say you can't work and your bills get cut off or whatever it is, I don't know. I can understand that stuff. But you can't eat toilet paper. I mean, you could, but there's no nutritional value to it. You can use it, but I mean, once you're out of it, it's gross and kind of safe, but take a wash rag and you use that. Unless you have mud butt, I don't think a wash rag is going to be that big of a deal. Other than that, you can also just take a fucking shower. But I don't understand that part. But that has been the week, right? We've been seeing build up and build up and build up. And, well, the coronavirus has gotten a lot of people panicked. Guys, I said it last week. It's very important to just wash your hands. Don't touch your face. I know that's hard to do, because even the people who are like, hey, don't touch your face, immediately touch their face. But wash your hands. Now they're talking about having a personal space of like 3 meters, which is basically as far as your hands are out, if like T-posed around you. They're also, don't touch your face, kind of avoid large crowds, which, I'm sorry, if you would go shopping in any time in the last week, there's no fucking way you can avoid a large crowd, because everybody is in the stores. Now, with that, they're talking about how, well, this is capitalism. Look at capitalism fall when they basically have one misstep. A pandemic is not a misstep. And all of these Antifa motherfuckers who are like, yes, this is why socialism works. They still have food. Look at South Korea and how good they're doing, or look at and how well their socialism is going and things like. But then you look at, yeah, that's a great example, sure. Then let's look at Italy, who has completely shut down. They have single payer healthcare too, and this is what they're praising with South Korea. They have single payer healthcare. Look how well everybody's doing. Yes, let's look at Italy as well, because if you look at Italy and the fact that the entire country is shut down, people are quarantined inside of their houses. On top of that, you have people that are not going into work to watch the people who are in prison. There was a video on Twitter of a bunch of people running out into the street. Why are these people so happy about running into the street? Well, that's because they were prisoners. And they had broken out. They're happy to be out. They don't give a fuck about Corona. Okay? I mean, they may care about the beer, but they definitely don't give a fuck about the virus. Italy is shutting down. They just sent out... They have over 1,000 deaths because of this. And unfortunately, Sparky, it is a pandemic because it is spreading throughout the world. Now, let's be fair about this. It is a pandemic. All of the cases that are being hit all over the place. Flu is not a 20% death rate. The flu is a 0.02% death rate. There is a huge difference over 26%, which Corona is, and 0.02%, which is the flu. But like I said, this has been escalating. And it's been a very interesting week for that. I don't know how bad it's going to get in the States. They quarantined Jersey. They've done things about New York. California is starting to shut down. Washington State has closed down all of the schools. Seattle itself is on a soft, voluntary quarantine. It's not that great. Sparky, your math is wrong, dude. The flu kills about 0.02% people. Kills. I'm not saying affects, kills. Anyway, I know you guys are wondering what to do. Well, the CDC, and even my own doctor, and I don't know if you guys have noticed this, you get emails on your phone, everybody is talking about what they're doing about Corona. We went to Red Robin yesterday at lunch. Yeah, that's 33,000 people globally out of millions of people who have gotten it. So it's not 300,000 people that have gotten it, Sparky, globally. It's 300 million people who have gotten it. The flu kills 0.02% of people. But we went to Red Robin yesterday. During lunch, which is supposed to be a lunch rush. It was empty. It was dead. There was no one there. Like, they didn't even want to seat us. They were like, you can go to the bar. You can go to the bar and they'll come to you at their leisure. And I can understand that. They basically don't want to have people close to their waitresses and waiters and things like that. Most of the people that were there don't want to catch it either. So, businesses, the streets, schools, everybody's telling us how to deal with Corona. It's very simple. You barely need to do much. You just gotta avoid large crowds for the most part, and even then it doesn't matter. It has like a 5-day lifespan outside of the body, on surfaces. So that's why they tell you to wash your hands, wear gloves, stuff like that. Now, we're going to be talking about what the title means. I'm going to check something real quick, because I don't think I got a response, but that's fine. No response. Alright, so we're going to talk about what it means by it's just a work, bro. So, you guys know the meme. A while ago, came out, don't tase me, bro, or it's just a prank, bro. So, for those of you who are not in the know about wrestling lingo, a work is basically what they do. You know, doing a promo on someone, making it seem like they're doing something that they're not. An example of a work would be... You guys know Sparky and I are good friends. Sparky and I start screaming at each other on a stream for no reason. Like, it's a small thing. But we're doing it in character. So, a while ago, Sparky would play up the whole he's a robot thing with Antoine. And they would argue back and forth. Like, if they actually started screaming at each other and started really working up the fact that they hate each other. That's a work. It's pretend. Behind the scenes, Sparky and I are still friends. It's what wrestlers do. It's part of kayfabe. Not everything is a work. When it's not a work, and it's real, which has happened, it's called a shoot. And that is, you are shooting on someone. You are doing something that you're not supposed to, in most cases, and you're unveiling things that aren't supposed to be unveiled to the public. We have the person that I was trying to get on. I'm not going to beat around the bush. Is named Bastard Beast. I'm not going to be afraid to call Bastard Beast out because he's a fucking pansy. Okay. So, it's been over a year since the Worski-Tonka fight got canceled. And for some reason, people can't fucking get it out of their heads that it got canceled, not that someone ran or whatever. And they can't get over it. Well, Bastard Beast is one of these people. No, he wishes he was in relation to Mr. Beast. But, to be fair, so do the rest of us. So, why am I bringing this up? It's kind of drama-esque. I want to show you guys how stupid some of these people are. Bastard Beast. Now, Tonka, to his credit, is an indie worker. He works for a federation called Pro South. Now, I'm bringing all this up. It's all well known. They stream every Friday. You can see Tonka wrestle on Fridays. It's not a big deal. The owners of the Federation, their names are Ace and Amy Haven. Well, the other night, this weekend, not even this weekend, Thursday, there is a video that is posted on Twitter by Bastard Beast that is him. It's basically the meme of old Grandpa Simpson shaking his fist and yelling at a cloud, because that's what Beast did. He got outside the Pro South building, started filming himself screaming at the building. Now, to his credit, because he's the owner of the company, Ace happened to be there. He was checking on stuff for sound work. How's it going, Zio Gold? So what ended up happening? Well, according to Beast, and this is to Bastard Beast, he was so intimidating that he scared... Shut up, Sparky. I'm not picking on the mentally handicapped. I'm picking on someone who thinks he's got bigger balls than he really does. He was screaming, and one of the neighbors of the place called the police. Well, Bastard Beast was trespassing. Bastard Beast, on the other hand, thinks he intimidated Ace and Tonka, who wasn't there, into not fighting him. Yes, that's what this is all about. That's exactly what this is about. A physical fight. Now, here, let's break things down real quick. That's why I said this monologue's going to be a good one in the description. If you show up to a place that you know someone is going to be at, and you want to pick a fight, but you don't necessarily want to, quote-unquote, fight, show up the day before they're supposed to be there. And then, when people start asking you to come back, because Bastard Beast, as soon as he found out that, well, Tonka wasn't there, took it as a win that Tonka is afraid of him, and then left. To the point where Ace and Amy were both trying to talk to Bastard Beast on Discord and Twitter, which he was ignoring and just crowing about how he had beaten Tonka and proved that Tonka was a coward. There's a sign on Pro South's building that says, "Open Fridays." He showed up a day early and then left and took it as a win. Now, okay, let's say you're doing this as a joke. Just a prank, bro. It's just a prank. I mean, you could at least own up to the fact that you knew it was Thursday and knew Tonka wasn't going to be there, and that this was all just trying to make fun of the situation. But instead, what does Bastard Beast do? He doesn't even consider the fact that he is that he's being called out on this. Okay? He's being called out by many people who are saying, you showed up a day early. Not even trying to dunk on him, not even trying to be mean, not even, just kind of going, dude, you're claiming victory over something that could have never happened anyway. Well, he's going to continue to crow about this. Now, he starts crowing and everything like that about, how everyone has blocked him because they're afraid of him. When the people who supposedly, quote-unquote, blocked him are starting to show that they didn't really block him because they could still see his status, and they posted pictures of their own of how Bastard Beast had blocked them. I can almost guarantee I'm muted by him. I can still see his status, but I know for a fact he doesn't really like responding to me because he can't handle it, which is why he was so afraid to come onto this show. This is the same guy that goes into parking lots and films himself with a long frame camera phone, swinging a sword around, beating on a tire. Oh, and the newest thing is he walked around in a forest with his shirt off, shaking his man boobs, trying to be intimidating. Oh, and let's not forget recording black videos of him in a truck stop bathroom. Whether he was waiting for someone to stick their dick through a glory hole or not is yet to be known, but we're pretty sure he was just kind of waiting to suck someone's dick. It's not a work if you keep defending it like this to the point where everyone has kind of called you out. Yes, thank you, Ishtar. Thank you very much. Not only is he, like AOC, crying in a parking lot, he was crying to an empty building. And then an empty forest. And then, well, pretty much empty everything. Because no one really is paying attention to him. No one on his side is paying attention to him. Now, there was another YouTuber who got caught trying to work over the Kumite. Listen, guys, it's just a fucking show. It's not that hard. If you don't like it, don't watch it. If you can't stand the people who are on it, don't interact with them. If you don't like being called out by them, don't do something that is going to get you called out. Okay? It's that simple. So, the YouTuber that tried to get one over on the Kumite is named Augie RFC. And unfortunately, he got a link to come on, which they don't offer. They don't offer it willy-nilly. You gotta have a reason to come on, and they'll give it to you, so you can come into the Discord and come onto the show. Unfortunately, Augie, being the little child that he is, gave it to one of his buddies who came on to try and impersonate him. Unfortunately, he didn't know that the guy that he gave the link to has more bass in his voice than Augie could ever get, even when his balls drop. So he gave it to someone else. They kicked him, because that's not who they wanted on their show. They wanted Augie. So then Augie starts crowing about how he got kicked from the Kumite, with proof that he wasn't. And then his little buddies decided that they were going to try and go after me for some reason, because I basically called him out on it. To the point where I found for a fact that the guy that was impersonating not only did that, but he put it up on his channel because he thought it was a win. Unfortunately, it wasn't. If you get caught in this stuff, and you are trying to do something funny, if you're trying to be sarcastic, if you are trying to pull a prank, it's not that hard to say, yeah, we were just fucking around. So, Sparky, to get around that, he changed his logo. He changed his logo and his name to be Augie's logo and his name. So, that's what happened. Anyway, listen, I've pulled a few pranks in my time. I'm going to tell you about one where it came out that I was pulling a prank. So, I used to watch Doc Griffin. Used to. And he started doing this thing where you could pay $5 to get someone's wrench removed. So, all of you know I have issues with certain people. So, I sent in a Streamlabs pretending to be someone else. And what really pissed them off is that not only did I get their lingo and their attitude down, is that if I wasn't outed, it probably would have caused problems. So yeah, I was being a little sneaky. I was being a little Antoine-ish. It's fine. I got called out for it because it was my normal email address. No big deal. So I started laughing in the chat. I got called out for it. I didn't defend it that it wasn't me. I didn't go on saying, no, he's lying. Doc is lying. That wasn't me who sent it. It was actually the person who was impersonating. I got caught doing something like that. You own up to it. Well, unfortunately, Bastard Beast doesn't know how to do that. He wants to pretend that he is going to be this big savior. Going so far, you guys know what the nice guy meme is, right? You guys know what a nice guy is? Well, I'm going to show you a perfect example of what a nice guy would put in his Twitter bio. So, as you can see, I'm not blocked, which is fine. Seeker of truth, teller of tall tales, hero of legend. Wait, I have to give this the credit that it is due. So I'm gonna read this a little bit more impassioned. Bastard Beast, seeker of truth, teller of tall tales, hero of legend, villain from myth, regimes toppled, governments established, maidens rescued, virgins converted. Really? Unfortunately, when you hear him talk, and you see how he acts, and yes, his icon does look like a uterus with fallopian tubes. Vin, you're here. How's it going? You're edgy, my friend, but you accept this edginess. I know for a fact you do, because I've joked about it with you before, and you hit me back with some sarcasm. This is not edgy. This is cringeworthy. This is not even top tier cringe. This is just, god damn. Yes, Sparky, he needs to actually get a working mic. I don't know what to do with this. You got caught doing something stupid. You got caught playing a bad joke. It's not that hard to just own up to it. Okay? No one is going... This is getting into that whole... See, Bastard Beast is part of that quote-unquote wannabe commentary community like Augie and Bo Blacks and fucking... what's his name? Fat ass. No, I mean Tipster. And Nicholas Diorio. They have to be right. They can't not be right. And Ben C., I saw you earlier. You were asking what I think of Bo Blacks. I think Bo Blacks is a disingenuous little punk that has no idea what he's talking about. Or, Bo Blacks is this. He is someone who honestly believes that if his friends do it, it's okay. If people he doesn't like do it, it's not okay. Case in point, art theft. Someone stole art. Someone stole art purposefully. Came up with 3 different stories about how it was okay for him to steal that art. Bo Blacks was talking that it was okay. Oh, and then there's the stolen content that is quote-unquote fair use because they're archive channels. Listen, guys. Common sense is not so common. But when you have morons like this, when you have idiots who think it's okay to play this "we're friends, so it's okay that they do it" bullshit, they're not your friends. Because what they'll do is they'll say it's okay. They'll defend you as hard as they can, lying the entire time. It doesn't matter if he's diagnosed with autism, Ben. It really doesn't. If it's that big of a problem for him, then he should stay off the fucking internet. These people will fight to the death for the people that they supposedly are okay with, as long as they give them what they want, which is views, clicks, attention, shoutouts, things like that. Augie's been called out for stealing content, but and after being called out not only by people who have seen it, but his own friends, he then changes his tune to, "Yeah, I don't care, let him flag me down." I know this monologue is going a little long. We haven't gotten really to the articles. There's a lot that I want to go over. And one of the things I want to go over is this. The commentary community is garbage. Okay? It is a toxic dumpster fire that instead of trying to clean it up and put the fires out, the commentary community, people like Augie, people like Nick Dorio, people like Keemstar, the only thing, Keemstar, where, I don't know what the fuck a Keemstar is, but a Keemstar, all they do, instead of trying to put this shit out, is throw tires soaked in nuclear waste onto the fire to keep it going. And yeah, Zero Gold, he monetized the straight rips of the content. So, if I do go back to making videos, which I have been considering, I'm not going to be part of this fucking community. I'm not going to be doing anything that has anything to do with these fucking idiots. Because the theory that you always have to be right is bullshit. Which, again, I bring up why my content was always so long. Because I didn't want the person I was talking about, or the item I was talking about, or the article, or whatever it was, to come back and say, well, you took me out of context. I put everything in context. They don't want that. They just want the clicks. A friend of mine recently got dragged through the mud. I'll get... Ben, space, I'll get to you guys' comments in just a second. He got dragged through the mud. And a bunch of people started bringing stuff up that, quote-unquote, had happened. And then someone made a video about it, and they consider that victory. What did it do? Nothing. It did absolutely nothing. My friend is still going to be on YouTube. He's still going to be on Twitter. He's still going to be on TikTok. He's still going to be doing all the stuff that he's going to be doing beforehand. You did nothing. You accomplished nothing. You didn't even... You couldn't even shame him off of the fucking internet. And the video that was quote-unquote... The quote-unquote video that was a call-out video that was made about him really wasn't that fucking bad. The things that happened, well, unfortunately, weren't that bad. So fuck off with this bullshit. Why don't I because my day-to-day life is very boring, Ben. You don't want it... My day-to-day life is not the greatest. I go to work, I come home, I record record game footage, support Ishtar while she's doing her streams, and watch TV. That's about it. So, okay. Ben asks, do you think the whole blood sports thing ruined the commentary community? No. The blood sports thing wasn't supposed to be this big drama thing. It was supposed to be a way for two people, anybody. I was there from the fucking beginning. Okay, I was one of the originally wrenched. It was just supposed to be for someone or two people who had a beef, instead of going on and having some form of quote-unquote debate. It was just a way for people to have a cathartic release and yell at people. That's kind of what it started out being. And it got very popular because, just like Jerry Springer, people like the drama. Well, they saw that this stuff started working. Okay? So that's what they started to do. It wasn't that the Kumite and blood sports ruined the commentary community. It's the fact that the people who were in the commentary community were having their personalities shown out to be who they really were. Fucking scumbags, backstabbers, liars, and hypocrites. Okay? That's what it ended up being. And yeah, Cuttlefish, and then the fight happened. It's not... The whole thing is stupid. But people can't let it go. And then... cut off Slacker's name. Hold on a second. And then, Space Kissinger says... hashtag BB38K, because Bastard Beast is a 40K fan, won. He said so. You want proof? He said he did. Alright, that's cool. I also said, because he won't come on here, I won. Antoine won, because he was afraid to come on here. He called me a liar, which is kind of why I'm talking about it here. He called me a liar, and then basically said he won. Well, I'm not a liar. We have the proof. We have the videos. Unfortunately, you're wrong. Antoine wins. Hashtag Antoine wins. Make that fucking trend. Slacker, the internet nobody, donated $1. Thank you very much, Slacker. Do you want in on my community? I share pics of chicks breaking physics. That sounds like an amazing community. Chicks breaking physics? Are you talking about like a girl with like thick thighs who can crush a watermelon between them? Love seeing that stuff. So it's this craziness and this idiocy and these people's personalities understanding that they can't fucking carry on a goddamn conversation by themselves unless they're talking about drama. This is actually the first time I've really gotten into drama on The Last Vox. Why? Because I don't necessarily like talking about it, but I tried to get Bastard Beast on. Hell, Augie can come on. I don't give a fuck. His numbers don't scare me because numbers don't matter. I could give less than a shit about who they think they are. So, that's kind of why I'm talking about this, because it was something interesting that has been going on over the week. And this just fucking happened. How can you be someone, go somewhere where you know... Okay, how can person A go where they know person B is going to be the next day, claim that the person B is a coward because they weren't there the day before they were supposed to be there, and then when person A not just leaves, but leaves the state, claims themselves the victor? I'm sorry, what? No, Sparky. Nope. I'm not having you nor your soundboard on this show. You abuse the soundboard like a pimp abuses a $2 hooker. You, sir, need to be nicer to your soundboard. So, I don't understand. You get caught in a joke. Sparky knows about bad jokes. He kills them every single chance he gets. They are buried outside in his backyard. He's had to dig down 20 feet just to bury the jokes. But he knows when he gets called out on a joke. You get called out on a bad joke, you get called out on a prank, you get called out on doing something underhanded, fucking own up to it. You got caught. Bastard Beast, this means you. Broski, you too, you fucking art thief. On top of that, Augie, fucking Nick DeOrio, Bo Blacks, all of them. Tipster, you guys got caught being underhanded, douchey sons of bitches. Instead of defending your shit, okay? Instead of doubling down, tripling down, fucking own up to it. Because guess what? You'll get more respect from people. The people who like watching you, they want you to be an honest person. They want to believe your attitude is exactly what they think it is. I know I've made mistakes. I've owned up to them. These assholes have to be right all the goddamn time. They can't be wrong because they have their personality so wrapped up in their goddamn channels and the numbers that they bring in that they have to be right. They can't show that they can be wrong, or else everything that they are, even Augie being someone who still lives in his mom's house and streams from his fucking closet. I'm not joking, he goes into his closet to stream. Don't understand that you can be wrong and still be human and still have people's respect. Admitting that you're wrong gets you that respect. No, Sparky, you're wrong. You just can't admit that you're wrong. Because I already said you're not coming on with your soundboard. Yeah, I'm not talking about a small room. I'm talking about a actual legit, he has clothes hanging next to him, closet. Yeah, they have big egos. Egos. God damn, I can talk, really. They have huge egos. And it's because they want to be the next Keemstar. Which is, I'm sorry, as far as role models go, that's probably the worst fucking role model you could even have. What do you even want to come on here for, Sparky? Alright, I have let this monologue go on long enough. Let's talk about some internet craziness that doesn't have to do with a legit psychopath who can't grasp his own sense of reality. We don't have a beef, Sparky. Now, I don't know if this is humor, so I don't know if it's real. But we're gonna lighten things up. Hold on, I don't know if this is a... Is this a real... This is a real... Oh god, this is... Okay, so this is a real thing. I'm gonna show you guys the website. Whew. Okay, let's lighten things up. Everyone knows about Plenty of Fish. Everyone knows about dating sites. There are farmers dating sites. There are military dating sites. There's Tinder. Okay. This, I appreciate what they're doing. But this is not something that I think is going to be too successful. From Rare, and I did click to see if this is real. This is very real. There's a new dating site for guys with small penises. And I also found out through some investigation that the very first person to click on and sign up actually was Bastard Beast. I'm glad he's okay with doing that and being comfortable with admitting that he has a micro penis. The second person who signed up is a name that I hadn't seen in a long time, but he's admitted that he has one a lot on streams. Vlad showed up. A new Vlad showed up as the second sign-on for this site. And then, it kind of goes down the line of people who are very brave. They are strong and brave young men who decided that they were going to sign up for the small penis site. If they're asked about it, I'm pretty sure they're going to deny it. That's the only problem. But let's go ahead and get in on this. If you believe that, when it comes to the quality of a male sex partner, it's not about the size of the boat, but rather the motion of the ocean, in large part because your part isn't large, then good news! There's a new dating site for you. I do want to say this article happens to come from our very own Ben C in the chat. He sends me at random articles that I sometimes feel like I can't believe that this is really a thing. And I don't want to know what his search history is, but I've heard the FBI that has been looking through it have quit. They just couldn't handle what Ben C brings to the table. Appropriately named Dinky One, their logo is absolutely undeniably brilliant. The site works to connect less endowed men with the lovers who prefer their type. For a man to be able to join, his penis has to be less than 5.5 inches or 14 centimeters. Bastard Beast actually makes that qualification by half, but that's fine. He's, like I said, he's beautiful, he's brave, he has to win, he can never be wrong. He is the champ in this aspect, so we're going to let him have this victory. I.e., smaller than the average size penis, users with micro penises that are less than 3.5 inches or 9 centimeters, are especially encouraged to join. The site boasts over 27,000 users and is already helping connect men who thought they'd gotten the short end of the stick in life with the women who find them more appealing. Wikipedia, you did come up with a really important thing, the Vienna sausage thing. Vienna sausage is actually Bastard Beast's profile name on here, so if you want to go... you know that they're going to go ahead and lie about things. Sparky says, I'm going to laugh my ass off if they send you dick pics because of this. Yeesh. I don't think they want micro penis out there, Sparky. Ishtar says, this site is going to be more successful than you think. There's a surprising number of women who are uncomfortable with men who are large. Body type usually plays into it. That's very true. Very true. I'm not dunking on the small penised men. I am just saying that this is a very interesting site, and I'm happy to know that there are certain people that I know that are proud enough of their micro peens to join a site like this. Everyone deserves love. Everybody. Number one, haha. Oh, a couple of thoughts. Number one, haha, small penis. Yeah, I think we're getting a good chuckle out of that. Two, but really, whatever. It's nice this is out there for people. There's a niche dating sites for all sorts of things. Why not small dongs and small dong fans? I love the humor that is on this site. There are dating networks for people with herpes and people who love Donald Trump so much that they only want to date other Donald Trump supporters. Tiny wieners is positively normal by comparison to the latter. Number 3, seriously, I cannot stress how much I love Dinky One's logo. We'll see that in just a second. RIP to anyone with asshole friends who find this app on their phone. Also, have fun making up stories about where you met Dinky One users. You shouldn't have to do that, but we don't live in a Candyland. Unfortunately, you still have to lie about your dick. Sad. 5, is there a huge penis dating app? That's probably the one need to sign up for. Haha. Number 6, JK, I signed up for this one. Unfortunately, the writer of this one is admitting that he is small. So Rob Fox, we all salute you for being brave. Yes, there is a herpes dating app, and there is also an HIV positive dating app. There is apps for everything to try and hook people up because the human race just wants to bang. They want to have as much sex as possible before they leave. And a lot of the times, yeah, people find a way. So, okay, I understand why he loves the logo. It's this right here is absolutely amazing. The 2 circles and the tiny little thing, the Dinky One. So this is a small penis dating site, connecting those with smaller penis to those who prefer one. If you think you have a smaller than average penis, there's no need to be embarrassed. At dinky1.com, every man has a below average sized penis. This means anyone you date will be fully aware, and you can avoid unnecessary pressure or anxiety, which is really important. Our site is totally free to join and is open to males, females, and transgender people of any sexuality. So they are inclusive. Very, very inclusive. So, I honestly, and no joke, I wouldn't call me an advocate for porn, but I am one of those people out there that believe porn is a good thing. But there is a problem out there when there are young, impressionable men out there that believe that because they watch porn, everyone has to be like 8 to 9 inches. And unfortunately, that's not true. So they do get self-conscious about this stuff. So this is a good thing. We can make jokes about it, but in the end, this is actually a good thing, and I hope it's very successful, honestly. Like I said, everyone deserves love. It's not a bad thing, and to boost your confidence is another thing. Steve says, got AIDS? There's an app for that. Got homicidal tendencies? There's an app for you. Believe most people believe most people's rules the world. Yes, we have an app for you. Oh, believe that mole people rule the world. Yes, we have an app for you. Gotcha. The homicidal tendencies thing, there is an app for that, except you can only find it on the dark web. Yeah, they deserve love and to be loved. I agree with what the site is trying to do. I really do. I think it's a good thing, regardless of what, regardless of the jokes that are being made. Wikipedia snippet asks, so you aren't a fan of the NoFap movement? In not so many words, no, I'm not. I think it's stupid. There's nothing that really comes from it. Like No Shave Vember, what that was supposed to be is you don't shave for an entire month, and then you donate the hair to a collection place that turns it into wigs for people with cancer. They turn it into wigs for cancer patients. It was a good movement. All of the no-fap stuff is just edgy fucks on 4chan being edgy. So, I tried NoFap once, and I lasted an hour. So, my Twitter feed is very interesting, is all I have to say. So, we'll go from sex and something to laugh at, to something that you all are going to retch over. I hope you're ready. So, we've all seen the stuff. People are divided on pineapple on pizza. Some people don't like pineapple. Other people do like pineapple. Some people say pineapple doesn't deserve to be on pizza. Fruit shouldn't be on pizza. I'm one who enjoys a good pepperoni pineapple pizza. The salty and sweet is a very good combination. I've seen pictures of people like put strawberry on pizza, and I'd have to taste it before I'd say no. Here's one that I don't know how they justify it, but okay. I'm not trying to poison the pizzas, but here we go. So, yes, what you're looking at is a pizza. It's a cheese. It's a base pizza with dill pickle on it. I don't know why. I don't know who thought this was a good idea. But yes, it's a pizza with. It's a dill pickle pizza. Dill pickle pizza exists, and where to find it? You. If there is one food we can't get enough of at Wide Open Eats, which is the name of this site, it's pickles. Pickle slices, pickle spears, pickle beer, and pickle and peanut butter sandwiches. Pickle and peanut butter sandwiches, the people who eat pickle and peanut butter sandwiches need to be shot. Pickle beer? What the fuck is pickle beer? I personally love putting pickles on everything, and it seems like QC Pizza, Minnesota's first and only Quad City pizza joint, feels the same way. Earlier this year, the pizzeria caused controversy online due to its Big Dill Pizza, a pickle pizza loaded with garlic, dill sauce, Canadian bacon, shredded mozzarella, cheese, and loads of dill pickle slices. And now it's available nationwide. Why? I don't understand why this is a thing. I don't understand pickle beer. Okay, so Wikipedia, you bring up a good point. They do have veggie pizzas. Now, the veggie pizza, mushrooms, olives, green peppers, red onions, regular onions, all that I get. But dill pickles on a pizza? Why? Inspired by Minnesota sushi, a Minnesota snack comprised of a pickle spear covered in cream cheese and wrapped in ham. What the fuck is wrong with people in Minnesota? Is this because the Vikings can never fucking win anything? You bring this on us? You destroy our food because your fucking football team sucks? Stop it. Stop it right now. Why are you doing this to people? Don't... Minnesota sushi? Goddamn. The Big Dill Pizza is best served with a side of yellow mustard. No. 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 Fucking no. I understand they're from Minnesota. When next time I talk to Wren... you know what? I'm going to talk to Antoine. I'm going to make sure Antoine talks to Wren on Tuesday about the dill pickle pizza. Okay? And the weird fucking shit that apparently is in Minnesota. Why? Is this the type of pizza you'd normally find at an Italian restaurant or pizzeria? The answer is no. Not a chance, but that's what makes this pizza recipe so fun. Probably, no. Nope. Not happening. Ray says, breaking news, Bernie and Biden are coughing up a storm in their debate that only the media is watching. Yet no one wants to fucking... Excuse me. No one wants to fucking watch Bernie Sanders and Joe Biden sit down for 2 hours and see who can wheeze the least. At least Bernie fucking is cognizant enough of what he's doing. Biden doesn't even know he's debating anybody. Ishtar says someone hurt this person. Yes, they did. Oh, God. The pizza is available to order on Goldbelly, an online retailer that specializes in regional cuisine. Grab some authentic tamales from Texas, a dozen bagels from the heart of Manhattan, even Philly cheesesteak from Philadelphia for $99. You'll receive 3 frozen pickle pizzas. Simply preheat the oven to 500 degrees and bake for 12 to 15 minutes before you enjoy. Rhino's Pizzeria in upstate New York also sells their own version of the pie, complete with garlic sauce and topping of fresh dill. I'm letting you guys know now. If anybody sends me this pizza, I will personally track you down and force it down your throat. Do not send me this pizza. You can send me the tamales, though. I'll be happy with that. I don't want to know how to make your own pickle pizza. That's gross. Ranch and dill pickle pizza. Come on. This is horrible. Vegan dill pickle pizza. Yeah, no. Nope. Just nope. This is no. No. Blech. Well, speaking of Bernie Sanders, thank you for the... I'll just have the extra moist bestest from Little Caesars. Oh! Real quick, since we were talking about pizza. Little Caesars now has delivery. Sort of. It's not Little Caesars that's delivering. They go off of Grubhub. So when you order delivery from Little Caesars, not only are you paying for their pizza, but you get the total of your pizza, then you get a service charge, then you get a delivery fee, then you can put a tip on there, then it's taxed, then you get your total. It's easier to just go to Little Caesars. But since we were talking about Bernie and Biden, let's talk about Ocasio-Cortez, AOC, and her insane ass. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez refused to campaign for Bernie Sanders. That's right. If you remember, about a month ago, AOC was was basically an opener for Bernie, and then she got a little crazy, and then crazier, and then Bernie basically said, "Yeah, Joe Rogan's cool for endorsing us," and then AOC said, "Bernie, you're not extreme enough." So let's get into this. Representative AOC turned down repeated requests from Bernie Sanders' presidential campaign to appear at events promoting the Vermont senator's candidacy in recent weeks, according to 3 people familiar with the discussions. After the Iowa caucuses, which is just a fun word to say, Sanders' campaign manager Fiaz Shakir asked Ocasio-Cortez to stump for Sanders in New Hampshire, according to the sources. The campaign prepared a model scheduled to highlight the kind of popular support she would expect if she attended. One of the people familiar with the talk said, "Steve, hearing AOC talk hurts more than just New Yorkers. It hurts everyone with an IQ above, sand." AOC resisted the entreaties until a few days before the primary on February 12th. She ultimately spoke the day before the election at a Sanders rally in Durham, where the rock band The Strokes performed. "It was like pulling teeth to get her to New Hampshire," said a second person who knew about the discussions. The absence of the popular progressive lawmaker on the trail in the weeks that followed was even more notable. In nearly a month that passed from February 11th to March 8th, 2 days before the Michigan primary, Ocasio-Cortez declined multiple invitations from Sanders' campaign to speak on his behalf in Nevada, South Carolina, and the 14 states that voted on Super Tuesday, the three people told Huffington Post. AOC, popular fake news. She does have over 3 million followers on Twitter. I think it's over 4 million followers on Twitter now. She is popular for her ridiculousness, idiocy, and everything else. During that period, Sanders rose and fell quickly, going from the uncontested frontrunner after Nevada's February 22nd contest to a heavy underdog after a blowout in South Carolina on February 29th. And Super Tuesday routes on March 3rd. I agree with you, Nathan. I cannot talk today. I need to either slow down or just calm down, one of the two. Twitter is not real. It never will be real. It's not Pinocchio. It will not eventually become a real boy. But unfortunately, she does have people who like to follow her, and I'm one of them. I retweet her stupidity and comment on it. I have yet to get recognized by AOC, but that's fine. Senpai hasn't noticed me yet. As an embattled Sanders prepared to mount an unsuccessful stand against former Vice President Joe Biden in Michigan on Tuesday, the campaign again turned to AOC. She agreed at the last minute to deliver a speech on Sunday at a Get Out the Vote rally on the University of Michigan campus in Ann Arbor. Sanders' campaign issued a revised media advisory about the rally the night before, informing the press that Ocasio-Cortez would be present. Neither the Sanders campaign nor the campaign officer of Ocasio-Cortez denied that she had turned down requests for additional appearances. Instead, in a statement to Huffington Post on Thursday, Shakir praised Ocasio-Cortez for her work on Sanders' behalf, slinging out her mid-October endorsement of Sanders after his heart attack. That's right. How's it going, Rackist? Sanders... $5 from Turd Ferguson. How's it going, Turd? AOC is a Russian asset. Long live the squad. Twitter is real if it identifies as real. Hashtag Blue Check Lives Matter. I swear I am not a supporter of Hillary or anything like that. I am of sound mind and body, and I make this statement of my own free will. If I am not suicidal, so if I end up dead, it was not me who killed myself. Just look at the Clintons. Senator Sanders and our campaign will never forget that in one of the most difficult moments for us, Rep. Ocasio-Cortez gave us a boost with her strong endorsement, Shakir said, and she remained a steady and consistent ally, supporter, surrogate, and advisor to the senator ever since. Alright, where does it say that she's not doing things anymore and getting bored? Nathan Marcano for $5 says, Canada isn't real. You know what? I'm pretty sure Mitzi is going to be upset to hear that, but I agree with you once again, Nathan. So it keeps talking about how she's praising Sanders. Where is it? Okay, here we go. After that, AOC, already annoyed with the campaign's January 23rd decision to publicize the endorsement of controversial podcast host Joe Rogan. Controversial podcast host Joe Rogan. Doesn't he have the, most popular podcast in history? And he's controversial? Controversial how? He's a pothead comedian who commentates for MMA and has weird opinions about aliens. Grew less interested in helping Sanders' campaign, according to the source. After her last event in Iowa, she did not return to the trail for Sanders until 16 days later at the New Hampshire rally featuring the Strokes. Ocasio-Cortez's presence was likely more missed in Texas. Yes, he's had Alex Jones in there a couple times. He's also had he has had Bernie Sanders on there. He's had Steven Crowder on there. He's had Tim Pool on there. He's had the people from Twitter on there. Mark Zuckerberg. I mean, he's had important people on his fucking show. Ocasio-Cortez. I said that already. Let's see. The relatively infrequent appearance of an important Sanders surrogate shows the contrasting levels of discipline between the progressive and moderate wings of the Democratic Party. Are they really calling Bernie a moderate? Pressing X to doubt. While Ocasio-Cortez was staying off the campaign trail in the aftermath of Biden's victory in South Carolina, three moderate ex-presidential contenders, Klobuchar, who no one really knows who they are, Pete Buttigieg and Beto O'Rourke endorsed Biden, ensuring him wall-to-wall national media coverage that provided momentum going into Super Tuesday. Thank you for the reporting from the Huffington Post, saying how Bernie and her used to work together and now they don't. The reason they don't is because Bernie has gone back on some of the things he said about having open borders and things like that. And of course we know Ocasio-Cortez wants nothing but open borders. Unfortunately, now that he is trying to roll things back and try and show that he can be moderate to the world, or at least the nation, it's not working for AOC, and she doesn't think he is extreme enough. Turd Ferguson says, isn't controversial relative to what's mainstream. Given Rogan's podcast setting the bar for all other podcasts is by definition not controversial. Thank you, 1984 Newspeak. I mean, technically that's true, though. He's mainstream because of the amount of people who watch him. Now, in the fact that he's mainstream to the people who have disconnected from television and things like that, I can understand him being considered quote-unquote controversial. But the people who have cord cut from cable, he's not really controversial. He's just a fucking pothead. $5 from Vin. Bernie is as much of a moderate as the Earth is a cube. Vin, you're gonna get cubists in here after me. I do not support this, but I appreciate the donation. We all know that the Earth is flat. It is a disc. It is not a sphere. It is not spherical in nature. It is not three-dimensional. Thus, it cannot be a cube. Just remember that. All right, let's move on to something else. We were talking about Corona-chan and the coronavirus COVID-19 and all the craziness that has been going on this week about buying things up. What's going on is a lot of these people are buying these things in bulk so they can resell them. It has nothing to do with actually using them or stockpiling them. It has to do with them trying to resell it at a huge markup. And they sell it on Amazon, they sell it on eBay. Well, Now this is from Breitbart, so take it for what it is. Take it with a grain of salt if you want. I personally think Breitbart is pretty much on the up and up. But Breitbart says Amazon prohibits man from selling over 17,000 bottles of hand sanitizer. H1N1 is another version of the flu, so it did infect pretty badly, killed a bunch of people. I don't know the specific numbers on that though, so I'm not going to talk on that. Yes, that is what Wizards is doing with Fetchlands. So a man with a huge amount of hand sanitizer in Chattanooga, Tennessee, was recently barred from selling it online. As so he should be. One day after news of the first coronavirus death in the United States was reported, brothers Matt and Noah Colvin began cleaning out their local store shelves of sanitizing products, according to the New York Times. For the next 3 days, Noah drove across Tennessee to Kentucky and filled a U-Haul with hand sanitizer and antibacterial wipes he bought from little hole-in-the-wall dollar stores in the backwoods. His brother explained because the major metro areas were cleaned out. Matt remained in Chattanooga to receive shipments of sanitizer and wipes he ordered online with the intention of selling them on his Amazon account. Now, okay, I don't mind someone going out and buying hand sanitizer and bringing them into a place that doesn't have it, and then selling it for a reasonable markup. Like, say if it was $1, they sell it for $2. They get a reasonable markup because of the effort that they put in to go get it. Unfortunately, that's not what this was. Mr. Colvin said he had posted 300 bottles of hand sanitizer and immediately sold them for between $8 and $70 each. I'm sorry, $70 for hand sanitizer is not okay. Multiples higher than what he had bought them for. However, Amazon pulled the items from his account and thousands of other listings the next day and suspended some of the sellers for their actions. That I agree with. It's called price gouging. Price gouging is not okay. Yes, $70. The company also warned them that if they kept running up prices, they would lose their accounts entirely. Thursday, an Amazon spokesperson told CBS News that there was no place for price gouging on its website and that the company was disappointed people were trying to raise prices during the global health crisis. Price gouging is a clear violation of our policies, unethical, and in some areas, illegal. In addition to terminating the third-party accounts, we welcome the opportunity to work directly with the state's attorney general to prosecute bad actors. Yes, I know they sell Nikes. Look, guys, I'm not saying that Amazon is innocent. Okay? Amazon allows third-party sellers, kind of like eBay does, and they can sell them for whatever price. Within reason, selling them for $8 a piece, yeah, that's a really big price hike. But let's say they bought the bottles at $4. Okay? So they bought the bottles at $4 a piece. They come back, they sell them for $8 a piece. It doubles their profits. It pays for the gas to go get them. I understand, but it's still price gouging, especially if you're charging $70 for something. But in turn, you're right. Maybe they should have sent him a message saying, "Hey, take these, lower the prices, or we're gonna shut you down." Believe me, I understand. I understand, guys. I really do. Wednesday, Amazon informed sellers of its decision to restrict who could sell health and sanitation products on its third-party marketplace platform, according to The Verge. Okay, Ray, right now the country is in a panic. And not just the country, the world. Amazon is all over the world. So people can buy it from all over the place. They're in a panic. This is a worldwide pandemic that people are panicking over because, well, it's very contagious. He wasn't gonna lower his prices. Someone was going to buy it, and that's the theory. People are panicked. People are gonna buy it because they think they need it. The note read, "You are receiving this message because you are currently selling or have previously sold products such as disposable face masks, hand sanitizers, disinfecting wipes/sprays, isopropyl alcohol, or related products. We have implemented more stringent requirements to sell these products in our store, and as a result, your offers have been removed. We are not accepting applications to sell these products at this time." Ray says, "Stupid should hurt." It should. But at the same time, there shouldn't be someone that profits this much off of it. So, yes, stupid people are going to be stupid. We've met some, Ray. We see them every day. I talked about a couple of them earlier today on this podcast, about a little over an hour ago. It should hurt. But it's not just hurting them, it's hurting everyone. That's the problem. If it just hurt the stupid people, yeah, sure. Like, Zaw might understand this. Buying repacks from eBay that guarantee one pack has one of the... there are 9 packs out there that have Power 9 from Magic the Gathering. Guaranteed! People who buy those are stupid. And believe it or not, before I knew what they were, I bought more than a few of them. So, understandably, stupid should basically hurt. I understand. But it shouldn't hurt everyone. However, Matt does not see his actions as price gouging because when he charged $20 for 2 bottles of Purell, whose retail prices were $1 each, he claimed that people forget his prices include labor, Amazon fees, and about $10 for shipping costs. Okay, his shipping costs are already outrageous. And labor. What labor? You went to the store. I honestly feel like it's a public service, he commented, referring to cities where the products are in most demand. Now, Matt said, because of all the backlash, he is unsure about what he will do with his 17,000 bottles of hand sanitizer. I guess you're just going to be stuck with them. I mean, from being in a situation where what I've got coming and going could potentially put my family in a real good place financially to what the heck am I going to do with all this? That's what happens when you basically try and do a fad. That's what this is. This is a fad. People buying all this shit and trying to sell it. It's a fad. Remember fidget spinners? Everybody had a fidget spinner. Fuck, I had a fidget spinner. It's a fad. Stores bought them en masse, trying to sell them. Real $3, $4, $5. This one lights up, so it's $10. You can get a pack of them for $20. Now, they can't get rid of them. They have lifetime supply of fidget spinners. So it's price gouging. So I agree, stupid. In this instance, the people buying the $70 hand sanitizer, yeah, they're stupid. The people selling the $70 hand sanitizer, they're predatory. They're stupid and predatory. Turd Ferguson says, seller equals private business. People set price market will bear. But Amazon, also a private company, which has the right to control prices on its platform, should have used Craigslist and Silk Road. What the hell is Silk Road? But, so, Amazon has a right to control what goes and sells. He can still sell it, just on Craigslist. People will go find it on Craigslist. Vin just sent me a picture. This is Vin's store right now. This is the toilet paper aisle. Again, talking about why the fuck are people going crazy over fucking toilet paper. I think there's like 6 of Bounty. No one likes Bounty. So I understand that they're taking advantage. And that's the problem. It's them taking advantage of the situation. No one wants to buy Bounty toilet paper. All right. So I gave you guys some advice last week about not sticking frozen fries up your butt. Well, we have something from the New York Post. And I keep saying I don't want to talk about sex and stuff on this show, but it tends to happen. In the times of the coronavirus, unfortunately, something like this is probably a bad idea. So the New York Post says this. Why this sex therapist says you should be in an open marriage. How about no? Yeah, how about no? How about that's a bad idea? How about you shouldn't do that? Like, there's a guy I watch who reads Reddit stuff, that has a theory and a thought process that basically, if you want to be in an open relationship, make sure your partner, when you get into that relationship, knows that it's an open relationship. If they don't know that it's an open relationship, you're just cheating on them. And if they don't want to be in an open relationship, and you do, you should probably break up with them, because you'll be cheating on them. And yes, Malik, open relationships and marriages almost always end badly. Turd Ferguson asks, are frozen gerbils still good to go? Richard Gere seems to go by it, so you might want to stick with the frozen gerbils. Vin says, I was speaking of stupid stuff from the news. Did you hear the Surgeon General actually called for a cease and desist of people politicizing the coronavirus? You know what? They probably should stop politicizing it. It's a virus. It doesn't care if you're Republican. It doesn't care if you're Democrat. It doesn't care if you're liberal. It doesn't care if you're a conservative. It doesn't care what your sexuality is. It doesn't care what you identify as. It just wants to fuck your day up. So I kind of agree with that. Ray says, I haven't even gotten to the articles. You guys have already got mass opinions on this. A fundamental problem with an open marriage is the bed. When you have to get up at night to go to the bathroom, the poor sucker in the middle disturbs everyone. God damn it, Ray. All right. Susan Wenzel has just stuffed a pile of dirty laundry into a washer when she discovered it wouldn't start. Wenzel knew her husband, Denny's, couldn't fix it, but she had someone else in mind, her lover, Richard. I told him what happened, and he gladly offered to come over and help. You see, Denny's is not a handyman at all, she explains, but Richard, a handsome bar manager and single dad, is very handy indeed. I bet he is. After he fixed it, and her, we all sat out on the patio and drank cold beers and ate chicken and salad together. How sweet. Wenzel, 40, recalls, I loved the feeling of knowing that they both cared about me and I cared about them as well. Do you know what happened? You know what you can do with this? Do you know what else you can do with this? You can have friends who don't fuck each other. It's really simple. You can care about your friends. You can love your friends. Just don't love your friends. But Wenzel is no scheming adulteress. She is in a consensual, non-monogamous open marriage with her husband. The unusual agreement allows them both to have sex and relationships with other people. Yes, Vin, I will take a Vesper. I am happier now than I have ever been, says Wenzel. A Canadian sex See, this is why I keep saying Canada isn't real, because they pull bullshit like this. Sex and relationship therapist and author of A Happy Life in an Open Relationship, the essential guide to a healthy and fulfilling non-monogamous love life. You need to shorten that title, bitch. Holy shit. What you should title it is How to Fuck Over Your Husband. It's that simple. Now, I'm not saying men don't do this too, but this is from a female perspective writing this book. Throughout the how-to guide, the sexually liberated mother of two uses her personal experiences, names of her partners have been changed, interactions with clients, and therapeutic exercises to help those who are curious about trying the relationship style. No. No. Open relationships do not work. Jealousy is a thing. If you want to be in an open relationship, just tell the person before you get involved that you want to have an open relationship. It's that simple. That way, the person knows who you're talking to or trying to get with, knows that if they don't want to be part of that, they don't have to be part of it. In fact, Wenzel believes millions of people would improve and strengthen their marriages and relationships if they weren't so obsessed with being the only one with only one partner. For many of us, one partner cannot meet all of our needs. Well, that means you fucking chose poorly. And this expectation that one person can is at least partly the reason why the Western world has such a high divorce rate. Oh, God. No. Lack of communication is one of the reasons. Selfishness is another reason. Ignoring your partner is another reason. God damn it, Ben. Alright, Ben. I'll make you a deal. Same price as the Lena Dunham book. I will read it, I will buy it, and read it. But it's the same price as the Lena Dunham book. Which, if you remember, was $300. $300, I'll read the book. I don't know how long it is, but that's the price. Until 8 years ago, Wenzel had never considered an open marriage or that she may be sexually attracted to women. But being in an open relationship allowed her to explore her bisexuality and seek out female partner for the first time 4 years ago. No, this is not price gouging, Steve. This is my labor, okay? You weren't really around when I had to read Lena Dunham. That was not price gouging. That was... Ben got every penny of that... of my rage and frustration and hatred for that book. I knew I was interested in women because I always liked watching lesbian porn. So she has something that a lot of men have in common. So after chatting on Tinder, Wenzel invited her crush Catherine and Catherine's boyfriend over to the house. Oh, okay, Ishtar. I did get pain and mental suffering because Ben paid the $300 for the book and then gave me $200 on top of it. I'm reading the article. I'm not talking about myself. Catherine and I excused ourselves to the bedroom where we had a very sensuous sexual experience. I am not too big a fan of lesbian porn. I mean, I've watched it. It's not the biggest thing for me. No, Rackus. Reading it 3 times would be $900. 300 times 3 is 9. Ray says the worst part of lesbian porn is when the search engines throw random penises in there. The guys joined us for a little while, which was a wonderful experience, but then they decided to give us space and be with one another. I could hear them talking about politics and their work in the living room, while Catherine and I expressed our sexual pleasure in the bedroom. She and Catherine are still going strong today. No, that's not what I said. I mean, if you want to donate $9, I'd appreciate it, but that's not going to get me to read the book. Being in an open relationship was also allowed Wenzel to explore BDSM. Here we go. Oh, boy. Yes, Ray, the guys went off to play video games and let the girls plow the fields. Oh god, this is a long-ass article. Jesus. Alright. We're not... Nope. I'm done with this. This is gonna just get me angry. So, okay. So... Here we go, guys. We've discussed sex a lot in this. And believe it or not, you can believe this or not, the people who are a part of this know it's true. I've actually been in an open relationship. I am not in one anymore, and I'm happily not in one anymore. The reason you get into an open relationship is because you're looking for something else. And the person that you're with is not providing you with that. So instead of talking to your partner, and telling them what they're not doing right, how you want things or how you think things should be, what you're doing is telling your partner that you got into a long-term relationship with that they're not good enough for you. Be it male or female, they're not good enough for you. They want more. Now, the person I was in an open relationship with had a lot of sexual experiences. More than me, which doesn't bother me. I don't care if the woman I'm with, if I care about them, I don't care if they have more sexual partners than I do. It's not a thing for me. Okay, there is a number. Like if they have 1,000 sexual partners, I may have some reservations about that. But the excuse that was given to me was there are so many people that are talking to you, wanting your attention, that I want to give you the ability to have that attention. But I want that ability too. So I agreed, and what tends to happen, and what happened with me, is I ended up hooking up with someone before they did. And for me, for it to be a sexual relationship, I have to care about the person. And if you guys were part of my Discord at the beginning, where I didn't really let it known that Antoine was just a character, where I didn't let it be known, I didn't get into personal things. Antoine had a harem on my Discord. And the harem did have guys in it. I'm bisexual. But it also had quite a few women. And when I say I had a harem, I mean that they knew that I was talking to all of them. Well, one of those harem members lived close to me. And I had met her before, but over the course of doing all of this, she and I got to know each other better. And I ended up caring about her. And we did our thing. Well, things fell apart after that. Not between me and her, but between me and the person I was with. A lot of bad things happened. And it did not work. Now, that's just my personal experience. But think about what you're saying to your partner when you come to them after being together for however long and saying, I kind of want to have sex with someone else. It's not a good thing. It's not something that helps your mental capacity. If you are going to if you want to be in a polyamorous relationship, or you want to fool around, or you just want to have fun, you just want to have sex with as many people as you possibly can, state that at the outright. You know, I'm actually a very monogamous person, regardless of the persona I put on with Antoine and how he flirts with everything. I'm a very monogamous person. And I am loyal to them. And how I stay loyal is by telling that person what's going on with me. What I like, what I don't like. And I'm not even just talking about in the bedroom. I'm talking about in regular life. So if you deem yourself worthy of being in a relationship with someone, don't fuck it up by bringing someone else in. I appreciate that, Nathan. I'll answer your guys' questions about the books in just a second. So, on the outset, if you want to open a relationship, state it to the person you're going to get into a relationship with. Make sure they're okay with it. Don't just change it after you've been together for years. Don't just change it because you're bored in your marriage. There is the availability of opening yourself up to play. Okay? Do something with your partner. Tell them what you're interested in. And work it out with them. Stop being embarrassed. If I could give anybody any advice at all about a relationship with a long-term partner, don't be embarrassed. It's the hardest thing you will ever have to do in your relationship is to tell the person that you care about more than anything that there's something that they're doing that you don't like. Because you're going to hurt them. And you don't want to hurt them because you care about them, you love them, whatever it is. Being honest about things. And I'm not saying you have to be 100% honest all the time. No white lies. That means no surprises, no surprise parties, no birthday presents because you have to tell them what you're getting them, no Christmas presents, no surprise trips to the family, no matter whatever. I'm not talking about that stuff. I'm talking about they do something. Something simple as they grab the television remote and change the channel from what you were watching. And they continually do this, and it continues and continues and continues to just piss you off. If you don't say something to that person, they're never going to know, and they're never going to change their attitude. They're never going to change their life. They're never going to change their actions for you. People are not mind readers. And being honest with people, being honest with the person that you care about the most, is so hard. So be on. That's all it is. Nothing more than that. Because when you do shit like this and you bring someone else into your relationship because you want to open it up because your partner isn't fulfilling your needs, that's telling someone that you care about that not only can you not satisfy me, but I've already been looking. I've already met other people that do. Slacker comes in and says, what did I walk back into? Well, you walk back into the end of the show, which is kind of like my little advice thing. I calm things down and talk about things that are still kind of fresh in the mind about some of the articles I've read or the videos that we've watched. So, you can hurt people. And I don't want you to hurt people. It's the last thing anybody should want, is to hurt someone. So, now, to answer the more dire questions that you guys have asked. Let's see. Nathan asks, cash or credit for reading the book? Streamlabs or PayPal? Streamlabs, PayPal, or Super Chat is the way to pay for the book. The $300. And then Vin asks, how much for me to read the entirety of My Immortal? Hoo boy. I don't know how long My Immortal is, but I know it's very sexual. It's very graphic. So I probably wouldn't be reading it on this channel. And I know it's cringy as fuck. But it's also going to make me laugh like crazy. So I'm going to lower my price. I'll say for My Immortal and the cringiness of it and everything, I would read My Immortal for about $150. Yes, this show lacks Florida Man today. I had Florida Man last week, but I didn't find anything Florida-esque. But as you know, Tuesdays with Wren and Ishtar, it's 30 plus chapters. Jesus Christ, Vin. Yeah, but how long are the chapters? Like, if it's 2 pages a chapter, that's not that much. But the Florida Man, guaranteed Florida Man on Tuesdays on MSNBC. So definitely something you guys should be able to. If you want your Florida Man fix, that's when you get it. 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I am joined by 2 gorgeous women who, let's face it, that's the only reason people show up is because they wear low-cut things and jiggle every once in a while. So, Florida Man will be there. The debates are going on right now, guys. If you want to, if you need something to fall asleep to, you can turn it on. I'm sure they'll put you to sleep. Let's see. Malik asks, should you or Antoine should do an Ask Me Anything stream? How about it? I normally reserve an Ask Me Anything stream for a specific like subscriber number to hit, but since I've basically leveled out at, I keep fluctuating between 1590 to 1610. I can do another Ask Me Anything stream soon. It's not a big deal. You can ask me or Antoine anything you want. Let's see. How much to read Gynostar comics? Well, okay, so comics are a little bit different. Do you want voices? That's the question. God damn it, Vin. You son of a bitch. $150 from Vin. Time has come, Matt. You son of a bitch. Alright. I want to say I hate you, Vin, but I can't. Shit. Alright. Let me do my shilling. Vin, you and I need to talk after the show. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for dealing with the drama that I did at the beginning of the show. I won't do that normally. It's not something that I like to do. This is kind of a news show for me where I talk about things I want to talk about politics, things like that. So I appreciate you joining me. If you guys do want Florida Man in your life, and you want some creepy, maybe some spooky, and possibly scientific stuff, and you want actual cringe, not like this open relationship cringe, check out MSNBC on Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, right here on Help for the Guildless, where it's hosted by Antoine. If you like video games, and you like Let's Plays of role-playing games, action games, card games, check out our sister channel, Cyber Demon Gaming. There was a stream last night. Unfortunately, I need to figure out what was happening with my computer. I was trying to play Monster Hunter World, and it just was lagging like shit. You can ask Steve. It was painful, and I ended up playing Magic the Gathering the last half hour or so. If you like if you like this, what I do, if you like this channel, please hit like, share this around. You guys have been asking me about doing videos again. I am considering it. There are things that I do want to talk about, not necessarily in a live setting like this. I do enjoy these streams and just chatting with you guys all the time because it is something that I enjoy doing. I love the interaction. So if I start doing them again, it's going to be kind of I'm going to be testing it out again, see how it goes. So if anything, it would be one video a week, maybe, or one video every 2 weeks, and then the gaming videos, because those are actually really fucking easy and really fucking fun to film. So thank you very much for listening to me, guys. And thank you very much for supporting the channel and just being awesome. You guys are great. I love talking to you all. So it's Sunday night. If you guys are a fan of Matt Christensen, he's going to be going live in 2 minutes. You should probably go check him out. I'm going to try and get him on this show. And I just be good to everybody. You know, do the golden rule. Respect people. Treat them how you want to be treated. And they'll treat you just the same, hopefully. But that's it for me, guys. I hope you have a wonderful evening. And I'll see you next week.